Testing 1, 2. Good evening, world of all social medias. If you are watching, drop me a chat in the chat so I can go ahead and check that out. I will be going live in just a moment, and we will be diving into Call of Cthulhu. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump in. How's that for music audio? How's that for my audio? Alright, let's get started. Let's go ahead. Okay, beautiful. Give me 1 second, guys. My Elgato does not want to play nicely again. There we go. Oh, excellent. Let's go ahead and descend into that. Alright guys, we're gonna start from the top just because I know yesterday was more of a test stream than actually playing through the game, and we're gonna go ahead and try to do a full playthrough today. I got a couple hours, maybe 2-3 hours, to actually run through it with you. It's a very H.P. Lovecraft-ish thing to say.
What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Apparently I have to run. What happens if you don't? if anything gets in behind me.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Welcome. Again, live. Drop me a chat. I love you. How your days
I hate whiskey.
If you're just tuning in, we are actually starting with Call of Cthulhu. So we did a brief intro yesterday, but this is going to be the new walkthrough game that I'm doing. I'm going to create some content for my YouTube as well at TheekryptKeeper or
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
I am hoping that I don't get copywritten for that song in the game.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Because of prohibition, I'm guessing.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Alright, so case. Okay, and I'll let you guys choose. If you want me to read this stuff, just let me know in the chat. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up the stuff and keep it moving beyond it. I'm guessing that you'll still get the gist of the story. Let me see. See if I can get all of it on the screen for you. There we go. So that way you guys can read the text as well. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching live, please drop me a chat. I'd love to hear where you're from and how your day's been.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
one of the things that I learned from the brief playthrough yesterday was that medicine and occultism are the only two that you can't upgrade through the story. So I wanted to start with those two. Okay. So we got one level in occultism, one level in medicine, one level in spot hidden.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
Alright, so when we open one of these tips or a clue, I'll leave it open for about a minute so that you can read through it, and then I'll move on to the next one. information about an old lighter.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Let's go ahead and
So,
start.
Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching this live, feel free to drop me a chat. If not, kick your feet up, grab your drink, and relax. You deserve this moment.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston.
And
But I've never
I
heard of it.
received a report
According
that
to
the
this
audio may
book,
be a little too loud.
It was
How
often
is
mentioned
that?
during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century.
Is that better?
But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Is that better on the audio? Just drop me a chat in the chat if that's okay. Testing 1, 2.
All I have to do is go to the natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Testing 1, 2. Testing.
We're almost there.
Welcome, welcome. If you are tuned in live, please feel free to drop me a chat. Thank you for watching, whether you're tuned in live or not. Feel free to go ahead and just hit the follow button or the like button as well, depending on what platform you're looking at. We are going to be playing through Call of Cthulhu. This is my first playthrough, so feel free to provide me with any kind of feedback you'd like to as we play through as well.
Stay on board.
How's the audio
There's
sounding
guys
for
coming to
everybody? Is the
unload.
audio level okay?
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Testing 1, 2. How's the audio in the game audio? Is that okay?
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the... The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Darkwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not like another one of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Get it?
So let's go check out the Harbor Master's office first. See what information we can find out.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Just kind of snooping around
This
the
man
guy's
and
house.
Fitzroy could be twins.
Okay. Right. Nothing
What a
there.
macabre souvenir.
Somebody's wooden leg. Right, I guess there's nothing else to find up here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to find. Alright, let's see what you got for me now.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to...
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Hmm. Okay.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, no.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I don't know. It's not my signature next to that of Charles Hawkins.
I'm at sea for more than half the year. Anyone could have done it during my absence. What seems really important to me is that the dates on these manifests indicate that Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth, and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good
And
reason.
guys, if you're liking the
my
video
father
so
in the
far,
photograph.
please do me a
Your
favor.
father.
Just drop
John
a follow,
Fitzroy,
drop me a like.
captain
It helps
of the
me
Scylla.
more than you
His
guys
wooden
will
leg
ever
is
know.
here.
Thank you so
can go
much
and
for
see
tuning
it
in.
if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Consult diary. Alright, so I have 2 CP. Hmm. Let's raise my eloquence. Yeah, let's raise my eloquence. There we go. So dark water. Excellent. Then all right. That's our office. All right. those are just the things that I picked up. And I gained another point, apparently, for reading all of this. Oh, nope. No, I didn't. Alright, so it tells you to go to the... Oh. Don't think they believe in prohibition. Tells you to go to the bar next.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God. She will do it again, you know.
Oh,
The girl, doctor. Colden. She won't stop asking.
not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
What? Another break? Can't you see that we're in the middle of a conversation? I told you to beat it.
She actually did not tell me to beat it.
I told you to beat it.
She had not told me to beat it before, but I'm guessing that I need to beat it, y'all. Because she seemed a little serious. So I'm guessing that's Cat over there, who is also the person who provides the whiskey to this place, or at least has something to do with it.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Let's see.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Cool.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
Don't aggravate me, sir.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Kat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Is it Kat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you
nothing.
My speech must not be high enough.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Yeah. That must be what it is. My speech isn't high enough to get them to tell me.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in. There. Somebody's stealing from the bootlegger's stock of liquor. Hello, old friend.
So a bottle of liquor. So I can probably give the bottle of liquor to somebody. Yeah, I can probably give the bottle of liquor to sailors.
Well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
Is it Kat who's shaking down Captain?
Hold
Nothing.
Isn't it a bit of...
We got
Fitzroy.
So
I've taken enough of your time.
Guess not.
see.
Well, sure that you would be able to give them some alcohol.
They can't understand.
damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody
Let's
listens
see.
to us anyway.
Come on, you can tell me.
Who's this guy?
No idea. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to... Go die of thirst, the lot of you.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Wow.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you...
Everybody knows.
I've just arrived.
Listen, and we let no one enter her property.
I've got to enter the Hawkins where...
No, it's very simple, in fact.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you, Wander?
We saw you. Go die of thirst.
What will Kat say when she finds out that it's you who are filching stock?
You've got no proof.
That's true. Apart from this little note from your friend here.
You didn't throw it away?
I couldn't know that someone was gonna force the lock.
What a So, what is it you want?
To get into the Hawkins warehouse.
That's all. Go on, then. And we never want to see your rat snout again.
If you're just tuning in, guys, for the very first time, I just wanted to let you know that I am playing through Call of Cthulhu for the first time. I'm not sure of exactly what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to be going in the game, so I am kind of crawling through it a bit. If you have any feedback or any chats, just let me know of something that I did wrong, if I did it wrong, or a better way to go about doing the missions. I know that this game is really cool because there are a bunch of different ways that you can do missions, and it affects the outcome. Or your destiny, so they call it.
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
I thought that was Warehouse 36. So apparently that isn't even where I'm supposed to be going. They said it was right across from the jail. That's the jail right there. See, this is the jail, I think.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
Cops, they can't understand.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
It's a little late. I've already met Cat.
Well, at least you're still here to talk about it. She must like you.
Something like that.
With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. This ratchet device seems to be usable.
So there's apparently something I'm supposed to find, because there's a question mark.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
There must be another part. Yeah, there's got to be another part. Ah, there we go.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
There we go.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. Smoke. It's coming from this oil. Smells harmless, but should I beware of psychotropic effects?
Okay. So I'm about to be tripping balls, apparently. Oh, no. What? Oh! What?
This is primitive.
That's all he has to say. With my occult level, all he has to say is, "This is primitive." That was so insightful, bro.
Ugh, this place stinks.
Consult diary. So 1 point available. Yeah, let me get my eloquence up.
What is the connection between this?
Yeah, I kind of figured that out without having to do that. I mean,
Place and the
this
Sarah
chick is
Hawkins
sitting in the
case.
corner threatening people in the bar, and everybody's afraid of a woman. She's the only woman at the harbor. You can kind of put that together. Yeah, crap.
What happened here?
Okay. Naked dude punching a mirror.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks.
Sorry guys, I'm about to switch it up with the music if anybody's watching. I can't. Hey. Ambient gaming.
Painkillers, but stays in a place like this. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
So one new clue was found. I got enough to upgrade my eloquence. So I'm guessing that's like my charm. I guess if you had a high enough charm, she wouldn't have like kicked you in the nads. Based on that and the charred picture, I now need to go to the mansion. I need to go to their mansion. Alright, how am I getting out of here? Surely there has to be a way for me to get out of here that I don't get my butt kicked. Shoot.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on. Keep you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Alright guys, so we have burst into Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. So, been live for about an hour and a half. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well. Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent. flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad vacant.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You can ask Officer Bradley if it's true. He's right behind me, paying his respects at the Hawkins family graves.
Bradley? A good guy. Not as dumb as you think.
Ah, that's right. He'll tell you that we're working together.
Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles. Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I suspect a crime of passion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? What will her room reveal about her? Perfect. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. Locked. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Bradley? Is that you?
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time. Locked. Locked.
Is anyone there?
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Where did he go?
It looks like an old seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in
They
here?
look like Celtic runes.
I don't see any way out.
Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. Charles Hawkins was keeping her father's letters from her. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. Damnation. I can't budge these gears. I need a tool. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. I must have missed something. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. Looks like it worked.
Well done, Pierce.
Alright, guys, I have been streaming for about 2.5 hours. I believe I'm going to call it for this evening. I just wanted to see my knee set up and how it actually worked anyway. I will be back tomorrow and I will stick true to my schedule of 6 to 8. I'll be on all three platforms. So if you guys want to see more of Call of Cthulhu, I will be playing that tomorrow. If you have any suggestions for new games that you'd like to see, please let me know. I'd be happy to provide that content to you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you soon.